Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you are watching this video, let me welcome you all to our channel Future Endeavors. Okay, so today we will be quickly moving on to the topic. We have been discussing about critical angle and total internal reflection. I hope the concepts are clear to all of you. If you have any doubt, then you can mention it in the comment section. We will be very happy to solve your doubts. Okay, so let us quickly move on to the topic. Next topic, today we will be discussing about some applications of prism. So first of all, we will be discussing about total reflecting prism. So what is total reflecting prism and equilateral prism? Two kinds of prism we will be discussing, and we will be seeing various applications of these prisms. Fine. So let us come to the first point. What is total reflecting prism? So total reflecting prism. Total reflecting prism. So what is this total reflecting prism? Now, if we consider the cross section of a prism, that is the triangular portion, triangular cross section, what we will be seeing in case of total reflecting prism. Just let me draw the triangular cross section first. So if this is a triangular cross section, for total reflecting prism, the angle, one of the angles of this cross section will be 90 degree. So if I consider that this angle is 90 degree, okay, then the other two angles will be 45 degree each. So this is also 45 degree and this is also 45 degree. Okay. So this kind of prism is called total reflecting prism. Fine. And what about equilateral prism? So viewing this figure, you can easily understand that equilateral prism is something in which this triangular cross section will have all 60 degree angles, isn't it? So equilateral prism, so this is total reflecting prism, and equilateral prism. What is equilateral prism? Equilateral prism will be something like this, where the triangular cross section will have all the angles as 60 degree. Okay, so you will consider here all the angles as 60 degree. So all these three angles are 60 degree. Okay, 60 degree, 60 degree, and 60 degree. Okay, fine. So this is the diagram for equilateral prism and total reflecting prism. Okay. Now, why we are considering this prism where one of the angle is 90 degree and the other two angles 40 degree each as total reflecting prism? So if we just see the applications, we will understand that why it is regarded as total reflecting prism. Okay, fine. Now let us move to the applications of this kind of prisms. Okay. So first of all, we will be discussing how can we deviate a light ray by 90 degree angle. Okay. For this, we will be using total reflecting prism. So first of all, we will be considering the ray diagram where we want to deviate the light by 90 degree. So first is deviation of light ray by 90 degree. Okay, deviation of light ray by 90 degree. Right. So what is this deviation of light ray by 90 degree? Now consider, if you want to deviate a light ray by 90 degree, how we will use the prism? See. So let us draw the prism first. So we will be considering the prism in this manner. Okay. The figure may not be exact, but it will be, I think, enough to understand the concept. So this angle, particular angle, is 90 degree angle. Okay, and the other two angle are 40 degree. So you can understand that. So if I consider a light ray coming from the bottom and it hits the okay. So if I consider a light ray coming from the bottom and if it hits the prism at an angle of 90 degree. Okay. So what will happen? Okay. Or if you can also consider a light ray coming from the side. So if I just see this light ray coming like this and it falls on the surface of the prism at 90 degree angle, so there will be no reflection. You know that the angle of incidence is 0 degree, then there no reflection takes place, and the light ray will continue and hit on this surface. Now, if I consider this point and draw a normal at this point, so the normal will be something like this, okay. Now, generally for a glass prism, the critical angle is 42 degree or 43 degree, something like that. Now, can you determine the angle of incidence at this point? See, we will be using plane geometry. See, this angle is 90 degree, this angle is 45 degree, okay. So, how much will be this angle? This angle will be also 45 degree. And as you know, this is the red colored line is the normal drawn at the point of incidence. Hence, this angle will be also 48 degree. 90 minus 48 means 48 degree. So you can imagine that as the light is incident on the glass surface at an angle of 48 degree, and the critical angle for the glass air pair is 42 or 43 degree. Hence, total reflection will take place, okay, and the light ray following the laws of reflection will be reflected like this, and it will fall on the surface. Again, see, it falls on the surface at 90 degree. How can you determine that? See, if I consider this angle, so this angle will also 48 degree, okay. Now, if this is 48 degree, then definitely this angle will be also 48 degree, this is 48 degree, so this will be 90 degree. Is it clear? Okay. So now the surface, again the light ray is incident on the surface at a perpendicularly, hence the light ray without being refracted, it will just move away out straight. So see, the light was going in this direction, isn't it? And now the light is going in this direction. So the light was coming from the right side and moving to the left. After reflection through the prism, the light now goes in the downward direction. So has not the light been deviated by 90 degree? Yes, definitely yes. So we have been successfully deviating the light by 90 degree angle. So this kind of prism is actually using periscopes. You know, in periscopes previously we had been using mirrors, but with the invention of the prism, we have been using not mirror but rather periscope prism. Why this is? Because in case of mirror, the 100% light is not reflected. But if we take a total reflecting prism and use that prism here, then what happens? The light ray is deflected by 100%. Okay. So in case of a periscope, what we use a total reflecting prism. Okay, in this fashion it is used here. So we use here a total reflecting prism. Okay, and again also at this position there is a total reflecting prism. Okay, so there are two total reflecting prisms, and these prisms, what they do, they actually deviate the light ray by 90 degree, and after two 90 degree deviations they again move in the same direction. Okay, fine. So this is the application. Okay, now in second application, what we will be doing? We will be deviating the light ray by say 180 degree. Okay, so how can you deviate the light ray by 180 degree? So just I am rubbing off the angle here, and the figure I am just rubbing it off. If you have not rotated the diagram, please pause the video, move back a little and draw the diagram, or you can also see it once again so that the concept is clear. So if I want to deviate a light by 180 degree, means it is going in the upward direction, and we will just revert it back, and it will be going in the downward direction. So if I here the prism should be configured like this. Okay, here the prism should be configured like this. Okay, this angle is 90 degree, this angle is 90 degree, and the other two angles are 48 degree each, as we have been discussing the total reflective prism is. Now let us consider light ray. Light ray comes from this direction, say it falls perpendicularly on the surface, fine, hence it will not be refracted, it will straight away hit this surface. Now when it hit this surface, see, if I draw a perpendicular here, a normal here, the angle of incidence will be 48 degree. How can you determine that? This angle is 48 degree. Okay, now this is already 90 degree. Okay, so this angle will be 48 degree, hence obviously this angle will be also 48 degree. So obeying the laws of reflection, the light will be reflected and the light will be moving out like this in this direction. Fine. So when it strikes this surface also the light ray strikes at 48 degree angle. How can we determine that? Draw again a normal here. Okay. If I consider the various angles, this angle is 48 degree as you know. So when the light ray actually falls here, see, if this angle is 48 degree, then this angle is also 48 degree. By now you have understood the geometry. If not, please see the previous figure. This angle is 48 degree, this angle is 90 degree, again this angle is 48 degree. Hence obviously this angle will be also 48 degree, isn't it? This plane geometry. Now the critical angle is 42 degree or 43 degree. Again the light ray will be reflected, totally reflected back, and the light ray will come down like this. It will hit the surface perpendicularly and will just move out like this. Okay. So as because here the angle of incidence is again 90 degree at this surface, 0 degree at this surface, and hence the light ray will be reverted back. So you can see the light ray was going in the upward direction, and now the light ray comes in the downward direction. So has the light been diverted by 180 degree? Exactly yes. So this is the second application. Another application, third application that we will be seeing is that we will be deviating, we will be not deviating, basically rather we will be making an inverted image erect. We will be making an inverted image erect. Let us see how can we do that. Okay. So the third topic is inverting erect image, or rather the other case you can also say that erecting an inverted image. How can you do this? Let us see. Inverted image. So how can you do this? Let us see. Okay. So if I consider again, we will be drawing the prism here. The prism configuration will be like this same, but the light that will be falling will be in a different way. This is 90 degree angle, pure 90 degree angle, fine. Now, what happens here? When the light ray, we are considering light ray, so it now coming from this direction. Okay, the light ray comes from this direction. Say we consider here an object, okay, which is already in the inverted direction. The light ray comes here, it falls here, another light ray comes from here and falls here. Fine. Now we will be drawing two normals at these 2 points. So the normals will be something like this and like this. Okay. As you can see, the angle of incidence is not 0 degree, hence refraction will take place, and the light is moving from air to glass. So it will be bending towards the normal like this. It will be bending towards the normal. So it now bends towards the normal. Fine. After bending the normal, see if we just draw another normal at this point and at this point, the angle of incidence will be 45 degree again. How can you see that? Say, so we have already discussed this in the previous 2 diagrams. We are not discussing it here. The angle of incidence here will be again 48 degree. Hence what happens? Total internal reflection takes place. The light will not be going out in this direction. Rather, it will move out like this and like this. Okay. So from here again, so the light ray comes here, moves out in this direction, then moves out in this direction, then again comes out like this. And if we draw two normals here, again if we draw two normal here, so here will be one normal, okay, and here will be one normal, okay. Now the light will be bending away from the normal as it is going from glass to air. Hence the light rays will be again coming out like this and like this. Okay. So can you see the image that was inverted has been erect? Has been made erect? Yes, definitely yes. So the inverted image has been made erect. It was here in the downward direction. Now here it is in the upward direction. Okay. So this is the third application. So I think the applications of the total reflecting prisms are clear. So in the next video we will be discussing about some few more applications like this, and we will be discussing concerning the equilateral prism. Okay, so till then please do practice the diagrams, and if you have any query, I am again telling you, please mention in the comment section. We will be happy to solve your problems. So let us end the video here. We will be discussing from the next topic on the next video. Till then, thank you. Goodbye.